To practice, play, or receive an athletic scholarship, freshmen will need a minimum grade point average in at least 13 core courses in high school and a minimum score on the SAT or ACT. Make it a point to talk to your coach or guidance counselor about these requirements. Prepare yourself now. It's never too early to hit the books.
This message provided by the NCAA.
And welcome back to the Duracell Halftime Report. It is Utah State 21-zip over Ball State. I want to remind you, starting on December 28th, Lee, Craig, and I will be down in Miami along with Mike Tirico. Coverage of the Orange Bowl, all the weekend kickoff shows and halftimes emanating from Miami. Meantime, let's go back to Ron and Mike, the second half.
The fireworks.
No, fine.
Well, you're looking at a huge fireworks display that is going on at the MGM Grand as they're having their grand opening. And it's been fireworks here at this second Las Vegas Bowl as far as Utah State is concerned. They lead the ball game by a count of 21-0. But I would remind you that if you're not an alumnus of one of these schools, you're going to go changing the dial. Last year, our score at halftime was 28-3, Bowling Green. Nevada came back and scored 21 unanswered points. So that's the nature of this ball game. Mike, in the first half, it has been domination by the Aggies.
Total domination by Utah State, but still only a 21-0 lead right now. And then you take a look at, first of all, on offense for Ball State, Brian Oliver, the outstanding receiver. Utah State does a nice job of bracketing Brian Oliver. Here, Travis Skyle, number 40, is the free safety. And you see how they end up on a double team against Brian Oliver. So they're able to contain the outstanding receiver for Ball State. Now, the third and 26 play, just a missed tackles by Ball State on defense. You'll see here Kevin Johnson, number 46, will get the first chance at Profale Greer. Now, remember, it's 26 yards for a first down. There's the missed tackle. Now, Darrell Graham, number 13, has a chance to stop him here to keep him from getting the first down, and he underruns the play. Profale Greer picks up the first down. Just a big, big play. And then the payoff was the touchdown to Aubrey Thompson. Slams down like he's going to block, loses the linebacker in coverage. He's wide open for the touchdown in the end zone.
Mike, 21-0 at halftime. And the most obvious question to ask you is, in the Ball State locker room at halftime, you know, what are the coaches saying to that football team? What do they got to do first and foremost?
Well, I think offensively, you remember what got them here. They ran the ball very successfully, so they have to start running the football and have success doing that. But I think on first down, Mike New has to be able to be successful throwing the football.
21-0 at halftime. Utah State leading, and let's go down and check in with our third member of this broadcast team, Charlene Hawk. Charlene?
Thanks, Ron. With me now is Rossi Rollencotter on the Las Vegas Bowl Committee, and you guys have done a first-class job with this bowl as you did last year. Why did you pursue the bowl so aggressively in the first place?
Well, we were looking for an activity, an event for Las Vegas for the month of December. We felt the combination of a bowl game and Las Vegas was a perfect match. The opportunity arose that the California Raisin Bowl was going to be leaving the California area, so we went to both conferences in the NCAA, and the result is what you see tonight.
Do you have bigger aspirations?
Well, we feel the traditions are being established for Las Vegas with the bowl game. Both conferences have been very aggressive in marketing this for both their conferences and Las Vegas. This is something we can build on. The combination of the entertainment excitement of our city with college football is a winning combination.
Now, as if there isn't enough going on in Las Vegas as it is, the World Cup draw will be on Sunday on ESPN, and what kind of attention will that bring?
Well, it's important for us because it's being held in Las Vegas. Over 750 million people throughout the world are going to view that on television. It'll showcase our destination, the fact that Las Vegas is the entertainment sports capital of the world. It should be in our city, and it's very important for us.
All right, well, congratulations on a fine job, and we're all happy to be here.
Thank you very much.
Back upstairs.
Well, we will second that, Charlene. As you look at a little bit more of the fireworks display going on, it is halftime. Utah State 21 and Ball State nothing.
Does American Express give Mark Eaton great service just because he travels with the Jazz? Or does Morris American Express give the same great service to every client? I'm going to find out. Stay tuned for further reports.
Make sure you see Morris Travel whenever you make travel plans. You'll get our worldwide customer care, the best fares, and the finest services available. Only at Morris Travel, the official travel agency of USU Athletics.
Quality is our main ingredient at Schaefer House Bakery. Every item is baked with that homemade touch you just can't get anywhere else unless you baked it yourself. Not baked from frozen or not baked with a lot of extra preservatives. Taste the difference at Schaefer House Bakery. You'll be glad you did. Schaefer House Bakery, 1045 North Main or inside Macy's.
But this one owes his success to Ball State University. Without the things I learned at Ball State, he wouldn't be where he is today. My college experience provided me with the tools to succeed as a cartoonist and as a businessman. Maybe Garfield can't get his diploma, but thanks to Ball State, this fat cat will always have enough lasagna.
Ball State University, celebrating 75 years of teaching excellence.
Both teams back on the field here in Las Vegas as we are about to get started in this third quarter. And let's take a look at the statistics in the first 30 minutes of play, Mike.
There's a big statistic, and it's time of possession. When you look at Utah State, 21 minutes, 42 seconds to 8:18 for Ball State. Rushing yardage. Remember what got Ball State here. They were able to run the football. 12 rushing yards in the first half against Utah State. They have to do better than that. 0 for 5 in third down conversions.
Charlene Hawks, you're down on the sideline. What is the temperature of things down there?
Well, I talked with Coach Trudell as he came off the field, and he said what you might expect. We've got to keep the defense off the field, and we've got to stop giving them the big plays. And then he showed the confidence of a coach who has seen his team down before, and he said, we'll be all right. Well, the Utah State players in their locker room, they're thinking the same thing. They were in there trying very hard not to be so relaxed, and they were saying to themselves, saying out loud and just saying that, hey, these guys can come back. We've got to keep on them. Even Coach Weatherby said that he would address the players very strongly about keeping the personal fouls down, no sense in beating themselves, and here they are up by 21 points, and he was talking about the not beating themselves, but he is feeling very confident, and the players are too.
You know, Charlene, you make a very good point with the penalties. I'm not so sure that Utah State didn't cost themselves some points in the first half with all the flags that were thrown, because they certainly stopped a couple of situations that could have been.
Over 70 yards, 70 penalty yards, and when I mentioned that to Coach Weatherby, he just shook his head, and you could see that that was a point that he was really nervous about and did not want to see that happen again in the second half, concerned that that might turn out to harm them badly in the second half.
Okay, Charlene, we'll look forward to hearing from you in the second half. Here's another pooch kick. Let's see. There is a fair catch, and it is very openly done. Well, that's Gilliard who makes the fair catch, and it'll be from the 27-yard line that they will be scrimmaging.
Quarterback comparisons tonight, 4 of 9 from Mike New, 12 passing yards. His counterpart, 18 of 27, 223 yards.
Mike, let me show you a number that you got to draw a line under. 37. 2 of those scrambles on the 37 yards that he got were huge first down for Utah State. On first down, the running play to Blair, and there's just nothing there.
This has been the key to the whole football game because Ball State's inability to establish any kind of run. Scott Moella, number 99, and David Gill, number 44, in on the tackle. Mike Blair, the freshman sensation in the Mid-American, has just had no place to run the football.
Understand one thing, as we give credit to Utah State, this is a very good Ball State offensive line. But you notice then, a second after the snap, they already had penetration. New steps up and drills it. Has it complete. There's Oliver at the 40, and Oliver will go down at the 43, and a first down by Ball State.
Well, the Ball State players from the Ball State fans from Muncie, Indiana, have been waiting for Brian Oliver. Brian Oliver to get untracked in this ball game, and they're able to get the football to the 6'3", 189-pound flanker. He is a big part of this offense, Ron.
Now, there's something that we didn't see often in the first half anyway, is Blair and Nibbs in the backfield at the same time, and they go shotgun. Pass. There's Oliver at the 35, breaks the tackle. Foot race here at the 10, and he's knocked out of bounds. It is first and goal. Haymore got it.
Utah State came with a blitz, and they ended up in man coverage against Brian Oliver. Tough to man up the 6'3" receiver, but here comes the blitz from the outside, one of the outside linebackers. Here's the man coverage against Travis Scow, number 40, and Brian Oliver wins the match. Good tackle by Ephraim Haymore to save the touchdown.
Charlie Weatherby came down, took his headset off, and went all the way down to the 19-yard line, hollering to his defense because he knows how important momentum is in this ball game at this juncture. His team up 21-0, but Ball State with a real show of life over the second half. The running play, Laird, he'll take it to the 6. Jermaine Younger, who helps him up after making the tackle.
Well, the benefit of having a 6'5" quarterback that can move pretty well, and Mike knew, is that you can roll your quarterback out down here in the goal line situation and get in a run-pass type scenario for the Ball State offense.
Carlos Davis checks out of the ball game, and it's Blair and Nibbs as the setback. McRae in motion. Pressure's on. And the man who was in motion, who we talked about, McRae, touchdown. Now, Ball State looking like the football team that won 8 games during the regular season. 1:49 seconds, Mike, and they take it right down the field and score.
Remember, Brian Oliver got involved in the offense. Mike knew with 2 big completions to the outstanding receiver, and that's what they needed to do, get him untracked.
Short with the extra point attempt, and he is perfect. So, 13 minutes and 11 seconds left to play third quarter. Our new score, Utah State 21 and Ball State 7.
It's a timepiece. It's a breath spray. The new Breath Spray 9000.
While some watchmakers brag about their new inventions, Loris creates practical watches like the Vector, a digital compass built into a precision chronograph. Stick with Loris, the only time worth keeping.
Coast, the eye-opener. Holiday greetings from Budweiser. The people who bring you Budweiser wish you and yours the very best of everything this holiday season.
Where in the world would you go if there were no Las Vegas? For this, you'd have to go to Rome. For superstar entertainment, New York. World-class dining, halfway around the world. And you couldn't go anywhere for this. Only in Las Vegas.
ESPN's exclusive coverage of Las Vegas Bowl 2 is presented by Las Vegas. Where in the world can you find so much excitement, entertainment, and value? Only in Las Vegas. And in part by Budweiser. Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp, classic taste. Now some beautiful sights here and some fireworks here at this bowl game. We mentioned to you at halftime, Mike, about the big comeback last year by Nevada. Well, this man's football team in less than 2 minutes has shown what they can do offensively. And now this kickoff team that is on the field, as you look at Steve Schulte to kick it off, they are asking their fans to stand and cheer, and they're fired up. On the 16, ball is fumbled. And I am amazed that they did not call him down. Ball is loose. Is there a turnover? It is Ball State football. 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and now the fumble. Damon Smith is the man who fumbled it.
Great opportunity now for Ball State offensively. There's a turnover. His knee really wasn't down because he didn't have possession of the football. Now as he starts to work up the field, he fumbles the football.
At the 19-yard line, backside pressure. New gets the pass away, and he's lucky to have done that. As 99, Scott Moella got him from the backside, the senior out of Hayward, California.
Ball State's previous touchdown. Aaron McRae is going to come in motion, the back out of the backfield for the corner of the end zone. But against man coverage, you like crossing routes. Aaron McRae, number 2, will come wide open. You see him cross underneath. The linebackers just lost him wide open for the touchdown.
Really nice play, and now a super opportunity as they go draw play. Blair bounces to the outside. At the 15, and he's down to the 14. Travis Scow will make the tackle on him.
Travis Scow's been busy, Ron. He's been busy in pass coverage, but also in the running game. He fills the running lanes quickly and is able to make sure that Mike Blair doesn't pick up yardage.
Good look at Travis. Rupert, Idaho is his home. Our situation, it is 3rd down. And to pick up the first, they need to go to the 8.5-yard line. They are 0 of 6 on 3rd down conversions tonight.
Here's Brian Oliver right here. Go-to player, bring him in motion.
Blitz from the outside. Quick pass. Oliver, and he dropped it. I mean, he hit him right in the hands.
It's wide open, Ron. He has to make that catch. You have to turn this into points, even if it's 3 points. Brian Oliver on the quick out route. He's open, and he's going to pick up more yards after he catches that football.
I think it was off his fingertips, but I think he was worried about what he was going to do afterwards. You're right. 31-yard attempt from the near hash mark. Swart will attempt the field goal.
Will spot the football at the 21.
He's 0 for 1 so far tonight as he tried a distance job in the first half. Good pass, plenty of distance on this one, and he's got it. And just like that, in 2 minutes and 55 seconds, we go from a 21-0 ball game to 21-10.
Well, Charlie Weatherby's trying to figure out how he can regroup his football team. They've come out a little flat here in the second half. At Ball State with great momentum. Paul Shadell in the locker room at halftime with some adjustments, just telling his football team to come out and relax and play. This is a football team that won a lot of games in a good league, Ron. This Mid-American Conference is a good league of teams and very well-coached league, the Mid-American.
Let's go down and check in with Charlene Hawks, who has this update for us.
Ron, Ball State quarterback Mike New has a permanent cheering section whether things are going right or wrong. This is Ed New. He is the youngest of 8 children, and his parents have been to every single game in his entire life. What was going through your mind when in the first half you had only 19 yards passing? What was going on?
Well, we've been through that before, Charlene, but the only thing we do is just got to have faith in that, and he's brought us back before. If he gives the opportunity, we'll just have to wait and see how the outcome is, okay? So we're excited about it.
Now, he told me that he was born into a team and that he learned how to be a team player early on.
I think that's right, He was the youngest member of our family, and I think he picked up a little bit of all the rest of his kids beat on him a little bit. So the thing that we tried to impress on him was he was a spoke in a wheel, and he had to do what was right, and he couldn't overdo his experiences. So,
well, he sure is a likable guy, and you should be very proud. Back upstairs.
Okay, Charlene, thanks very much. I really can echo what you're saying. He was one of the youngsters that spoke at the banquet yesterday, and he may be the 8th, the last one of 8 children, but his parents have to be extremely proud of the job that they have done with him. He's an excellent football player, but I think he's even better as a human being. Nice young fella. So now it's up to Utah State to get something going. Greer on the carry, breaks one tackle, and now it's going to be shoved back at the 29. And if you watch the defense of Ball State, you can see that everybody on this football team is totally fired up right now. And when you get the extra scores now, the defense has got to feel as though half the bargain is being taken care of by the other side of the football.
Well, they do, but the challenge now is for Utah State's offense to regain the momentum. And they've had a lot of success in the first half moving against this defense. They have to go back to the little short passing game and keep Raphael Greer active in this ball game at tailback.
2nd and 5 of the sprint out play action. Drills it and has it complete at the 45-yard line. That's Sean Turner on the receiving end, and it's good for 16.
Well, really what opened that play was the play fake, because they've had some success with Raphael Greer running the football, that the linebackers, the underneath coverage, took a little bit of a fake and opened up Sean Turner on the deep throw.
Calvillo with an excellent first half. He's got to keep it going right here. So the 8 different receivers tonight as Greer spins off one tackler and then goes down at the 48.5 as Hayworth is there. 21-10. Our score in the third quarter. 21-0 at halftime. Ball State took it right down to put it in the end zone. They recovered a fumble on the ensuing kickoff, wound up with the field goal, which was good.
Paul Shadell's done a nice job at Ball State. Interviewed for jobs at Purdue, Northwestern, but has stayed at Ball State.
Straight up the middle, big opening, and you see the quickness of Greer, close to the first down. Kevin Johnson grabs him around the ankles.
They've had success on a trap play because of the Ball State defensive line surging up the field.
It'll be 31.
We see exactly how small Greer is as he walks back into the huddle with his fellow teammates. Those offensive linemen are so much taller than he is. They list him at 5'8". I'm not even sure about that, Mike. 3rd down and short. Quarterback sneak, and Calvillo is going to have the first down, according to the spot on this side.
Right behind Warren Bowers, the center, number 62 with the block.
Warren Bowers has been all-conference 3 times. He was first-team all-conference this year. As we mentioned last year in two-a-days, injured his knee, got a medical from the NCAA, and decided to come back for a 6th season, which he didn't have to do. And he had made all-conference the year before as well.
He did a nice job at the banquet field.
Yeah, he was
speaking for Utah State.
He was the spokesman for the Aggies. He did an excellent job. He broke out in a sweat. He said he was going to go back and wring his shirt out, that it was soaked after he had to stand up in front of that crowd. Pass over the middle and almost intercepted. Daniels was there and got a hand on it, but couldn't lock it up.
That's a defensive lineman who's playing off. When Utah State goes to the no-back set, Jermaine Daniels was off the line. Now look at him. He has the interception here, but the defensive lineman, 6'1", 243, just couldn't hold on to the football. They're trying to work against Aubrey Thompson, because that's who Utah State wants to go to when they don't have any backs in the backfield.
3 wide receivers to the top of your screen. There'll be a good protection, and the pass is thrown complete to Ray. Spun down at the 38-yard line. Graylick is the man who puts a stop on him.
The short throw has been there tonight for Utah State, because what's happening is you have 3 receivers. There's the curl, and now the defensive backs can't get underneath the outside receiver. Ray is open, but what made that play was he was able to come back to the football.
8 of 11 on 3rd down conversion for Utah State. Movement, no contact, and no flags. And the draw play, Greer tripped up, and I don't know. He is very close, but Graylack got a hand on it. And from where they've marked it, he will not have the first down.
Well, I would think Charlie Weatherby will go for this one. 4th down, short yardage. The last short yardage play just a few seconds ago was a quarterback sneak. Anthony Calvillo right behind Warren Bowers, number 62. You have success, you come right back with a quarterback sneak.
Toski, the left guard, 76, also very good. And they get the wedge going. Toski, Bowers, and Mitchell, they just wedge it out of there and pick up the first down inside the 35. Daniels and Wodelko combining on the stop.
Now I would think that Jim Zorn, the offensive coordinator for Utah State, will try to get the ball to Profale Greer. First down call, I'd go right back to my tailback.
That's Jim in the middle there with the flat top. And there's a look at Profale Greer. Ninth play of the drive for the Aggies. Quick pass, and it's caught at the 27-yard line. Jim Ray almost sliced between those two defensive backs, and if you had, there was a lot of free green in front of him.
Marcellus Davis, number 20, making the play, but Ron, again, the short flat has been open all evening for Utah State.
If you went away from us and now have come back, Utah State 21, Ball State 10, as we hit the midway point of this third quarter. Counter tray. Greer weaving his way, gets hit from behind by Roush, and that will be the first down plus about 8.
He makes you miss. He's such an active tailback that he just makes you miss tackles. Small at 5'8", hides a little bit behind his pulling offensive lineman. Look at the missed tackles again by Ball State.
Mike, I think also we should give credit to that offensive line of Utah State. They have protected the passer very well tonight. He has not had much pressure on him, and the running game has obviously gone well. Greer cuts it back against the grain. At the 5, he'll score.
Jermaine Daniels is really arguing that he was held, number 45. But no flags. Profale Greer just breaks into the secondary. Good blocking by the offensive line. Touchdown, Utah State.
Extra point. Morielli has it good. Let's take a timeout. 6:41 left, third quarter. 28-10, our new score.
Where in the world would you go if there were no Las Vegas? How would you afford this much fun? Or dine with so many choices? And entertainment this exciting just wouldn't be available anywhere at any price. The world's best vacation value. Only in Las Vegas.
Red Lobster's perfect for lunch. Now with our $4.99 special. Golden fried shrimp and grilled chicken breast. Plus potato and salad, just $4.99.
So hurry.
To Red Lobster for lunch every day. Sunday, too.
What's up, Sinbad?
This amazing new Polaroid Captiva camera.
Amazing.
It's sleek, streamlined, and takes picture after picture.
So where's the picture?
Inside the camera's pocket. So my hands are free to take another picture. Now where's the picture? Yo, check her out. It's in your pocket.
I knew that.
Well, let me see the picture.
I'll trade you for the camera.
You have to ask my mama.
You live with your mama?
The new Polaroid Captiva.
What makes a man? What makes a man? The fragrance is Hugo Boss.
The remote control race car, yours with any $33 Hugo Boss fragrance purchase at fine department stores.
Downtown Las Vegas. Ron Franklin, Mike Gottfried, and Charlene Hawks, and it's great to have you with us in this Las Vegas Bowl number 2. 6:41 left, third quarter. Utah State 28-10. The sparkle and glitter of the night in Las Vegas, a Friday night. Always an active evening in this part of the world. Mike Knorr will kick it off, and he's been going with the pooch kick, Mike, and it's caused a little bit of concern on fair catches. Let's see if he does it again. That's what he does. Pooch, left side. Mike Blair does not call for the fair catch. He's going to try to return it, and he'll bring it back around the 30-yard line.
On the last touchdown, Jermaine Daniels was really complaining after the play that he was held. Number 45 is going to be blocked by Darren Mitchell, and you're going to see the takedown, and that's why he couldn't make the play. He was tackled. Rafael Greer in the end zone for the touchdown. They get away with a holding call.
Boy, you're right. He complained, and legitimately so. 12 plays, 75 yards, 5:24 the length of time. You could see 9 runs and 3 passes. Blair on to the left. Nib, beg your pardon. He'll take it out across the 35 to around the 36. You know, the last 2 times that Ball State has had the football, they put it in the end zone the first time. They kicked the field goal the last time. That's how they have gotten their 10 points in the third quarter.
Sees the blitz coming. He's going to try to go for the home run here.
Looking for Oliver. Incomplete.
I think they're going to get a roughing the passer call here.
Yep, the flag has come in back at the 28-yard line, and another penalty against Utah State.
Mike New read the blitz. Jermaine Younger on the blitz. Tyrone Trimble, number 18. He read the blitz. Went for the corner route.
Defense. First down.
4 personal fouls against Utah State in this game.
And that's killing Utah State. I mean, the mistakes have just really hurt them. Comes the blitz. Pretty good pickup. Number 51, Jermaine Younger in his face, but just not enough real estate over there to complete that pass.
Younger grabbed him as he went by, and that's the reason for the call. 10 penalties, 107 yards against the Aggies. Blair back in the ball game, and they set the screen to him. Looks for someplace to run it. Good heavens, did he get hit by balls. Tyrone Trimble was there.
I was going to say Tyrone Trimble, number 18, with a good hit, too. But you're right about Dave Balls, number 91. He's a defensive lineman and made a charge on the quarterback, read the screen, was able to come off and get in on the tackle. This Ball State football team, Ron, was picked 6th in the preseason poll, and Mike New, the quarterback, said that's the proudest he is the fact that everybody thought they'd be 6th, and they came back to win the conference championship.
Utah State comes on the blitz. New doesn't see it. That's a fumble. Picked up. Defensive player Pat Lyons returns it down to the 25-yard line. And it's Michael Coe who came with the blitz and caused the fumble.
They brought Michael Coe, and they just never picked it up. And Pratt Lyons, number 92, who's a freshman defensive lineman for Utah State, recovers the fumble. But you see 21, Michael Coe with the sack. Pratt Lyons, number 92, picks the football up. Tony Nibbs, number 33, makes the tackle on Pratt Lyons. Pratt Lyons was a player that Charlie Weatherby was recruiting for Arkansas, and he kept in contact with him after he went to Utah State and talked him into following him to Utah State instead of going to Arkansas.
So here's a huge opportunity for Utah State. First turnover of the night by Ball State. Pass in the flat. There's Thornton, or Thompson, I should say. And Aubrey Thompson takes it down to the 15-yard line. Scott Jordan is there to wrap him up.
You know, in passing offenses, you always look for a way to use your tight end. I think Jim Zorn, with his pro background in the NFL, has used Aubrey Thompson very well in their scheme of things because they're able to get the ball to the tight end. They get him in some matches with linebackers, and you have to credit the scheme to Jim Zorn and Charlie Weatherby.
Mike, they've also used 8 receivers in this football game.
Fresh feet.
Fresh feet and also happy feet because everybody's getting into the action. This is Greer. Tries to bounce outside, and Jermaine Daniels was not held that time.
No, he said, you hold me once, but you're not going to hold me twice. I'm going to make the play here.
Clock is running. About to go under 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Utah State, 28-10. But Daniels has really been impressive. He has played an outstanding ball game through this 2 and almost now 3 quarters.
He's got 7 tackles according to our numbers.
His dad was a heavyweight boxer, so it comes, the old fighting spirit comes from his father.
3rd down for Utah State, and the line to make is the 15.
Comes the blitz by Ball State.
He's going to throw it. Looks for the end zone. He's got the coverage. Lee, touchdown. What I was about to say is he's got the coverage he wants, and that's man on man.
Well, if the blitz was picked up by his offensive line, man-to-man coverage on the outside with Mike Lee versus Malawi Hills, he had time to throw. Even though he threw off balance, he put it up in the air. You see the blitz coming, picked up very well. Ball thrown in the air. Mike Lee, wide open, touchdown. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz sometimes.
Extra point attempt. Moriali good again. So let's take a timeout. 3:32 left, 3rd quarter. Our new score, Utah State, 35-10.
Remember how it used to be when you had to drive to the airport? Next time, call Cache Valley Limousine. From your home right to the airport terminal, relax while we do the driving. And when you return, a driver will meet you at the terminal. Avoid the horrors of driving to the airport and let us get you there on time. Do yourself a favor. Call Cache Valley Limo, 752-2900.
Be at the Center Street Pizza Palace's New Year's Eve Bash.
I party at the Palace.
Including all-you-can-eat buffet and free video games all night.
I party at the Palace.
There will be door prizes and fun for all from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. 1994.
Yeah, I'll party at the Palace.
This party's only $20 per couple or $12 per person. It's the New Year's Eve Bash at the Pizza Palace.
I party at the Palace.
Las Vegas ball number 2. Welcome back to the city that never seems to rest.
There's my hand right there. That's 4 clubs.
And the MetLife blimp overhead, providing us with some really spectacular shots tonight. A clear evening as you get a good look at the stadium here at what is called the Silver Bowl. In the 2nd Las Vegas Bowl at Las Vegas, Nevada. Mike Knorr has it teed, and let's see if he will go with that pooch kick once again. Yep, he does. And to the side of Blair. But it goes over his head. That's Gorman who picks it up. Tries to get to the outside, and if he had, maybe an adventure, but he'll take it just shy of the 35.
When you blitz, Ron, you have to get to the quarterback. All 3 of these backers and defensive backs are going to come and try to blitz, and the key block is by the running back for Phil Greer, number 3 on number 32. Scott Jordan, which gives time for the pass to Mike Lee for the touchdown.
Blair and Nibbs, the setback. New scramble. And he will have a couple as he goes out of bounds. Dave Balls is the closest man to him in pursuit.
I said earlier in the broadcast about this Utah State football team, 22 seniors on this team, 20 seniors next year. So you're talking about 42 veteran football players, and when they were 1-5 down the stretch, that leadership of seniors really provided the impetus of what they needed to go on. And Charlie Weatherby told me they're going to recruit 10 to 12 junior colleges this year, so it's always going to be a veteran football team.
Right now they lead by 25, 35-10. There's a pass in the flat to Blair, and he is close to the first down. I think he got it after he turned back upfield. You know, Blair sometimes appears as though maybe he ought to just take it upfield instead of trying to juke people. Go go north and south with the football.
Easier said than done.
Well, in that case it was, but he does try to juke a lot when it seems like go ahead and take it in that direction.
He's an outstanding freshman running back. You know, Illinois really wanted to recruit him, and they stayed on him, but his test score, he didn't make his test score right away, so they backed off. And Lou Tepper, who's a friend of Paul Shadell's, kind of helped him go to Ball State. So Mike Blair, Illinois really wanted to get him, but worked out well for Paul Shadell to get him from Illinois.
It is a first down for Ball State. Here's that middle screen. Gorman and tackled for the man who picked up the fumble a moment ago. Lyons comes into the middle to knock him down. Charlene, what do you have for us?
Hey, Ron, Mike Lee may never talk to me again after I tell you this, but his nickname is Cupcake because he's so sweet, of course. But that's beside the point. He said that he had a special coach growing up who was the first to teach him to catch and break free, his mom, Faye. He said in Little League football, he used to just run over the guys in his way, but his mom would take him aside and say, son, you need to avoid them, and should work with him on moves that would make people miss. And to this day, she still gives him advice, and he made a point to tell me that, you know what, he still listens to her.
Okay, thanks, Charlie. Great second effort there by Blair. As you could see, he was already dodging an oncoming defensive lineman by the time he got the handoff. That'll be a first down for the Cardinals. 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Now the clock runs again, left in this third quarter. Oh, look at this. Average plays per drive. Utah State, 8.3. New sets in the pocket, gets out of harm's way for a moment, now going to run for his life, and he'll take it to the 41, loses the ball, and they say the ball was dead. That's Jermaine Younger, who was in hot pursuit of him.
Quickness of Utah State is just showing up all over the field. Jermaine Younger, number 51, really closes the alley for Mike New, but as you look at this game, the quickness and speed of the skill players of Utah State have been the difference.
Second down now for Ball State. Here comes the blitz. New puts it down. He's got a lot of room to run at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10 at the 5, and he's tripped up inside the 5.
You know, it's interesting, Ron, watching Juan Gorman, number 1. I don't know if he pulled the defensive back away or the defensive back just, Michael Cole just took himself out of the play. See at the end here, number 14, Mike New's going to pick up, take off and run. Now watch the receiver out at the top. Nah, he didn't pull him. He just kind of shielded him away. Good job by Gorman, number 1, against Damon Smith, number 5.
And it was Damon Smith, as Mike mentioned, who saved the touchdown. Got just enough of it. First and goal. This is Blair. Left side. He'll take it down to about the 1.5. Dave Gill is the man who has his ankles. He's a freshman out of Pleasanton, California. Well, we mentioned last year we had a lot of fireworks in our first Las Vegas Bowl, and tonight here's Ball State on the doorstep again. They've got an opportunity to score again and cut it to a 35-17 game.
That's a big 93 back in the ball game. Carlos Davis, the fullback.
Blair, he's going to throw back to his quarterback. New touchdown.
Daniel Taplin, the defensive end, knew it was coming, but he couldn't get off the block quick enough to try to knock the ball away. Well, you can't rest in this ball game if you're coaching in this game. You just got to stay alive, stay awake.
Or keeping stats.
Keeping stats. Stat keeper's nightmare here tonight.
Matt Schwartz to attempt the extra point for Ball State. And he's true.
going to pitch the ball to Mike Blair, number 27. And usually in man situations, when you man cover, no one is on the quarterback. No one's assigned to him. Mike New comes free. You see number 96, Daniel Taplin. He read it, but he just couldn't get off the block fast enough. Ball well thrown by Mike Blair, the tailback.
You can see Gustafson there kind of reach out and grab Ayers. The quarterback went by him as if to say, whoops. Well, college basketball later tonight. The Texas Tech Red Raiders will take on BYU. Lance Hughes is a red-hot Red Raider. Pumped in an average of 20 points over his last 4 games. That's coming up midnight Eastern time right after Sports Center. Texas Tech against BYU.
They play basketball at all hours, don't they?
Well, at the Marriott Center up in Provo, Utah, that's a tough place to play.
At any time, huh?
Mm-hmm. We got to see Texas Tech last week against that Wisconsin ball club, which is turning some heads up in the Big Ten.
Stu Jackson, do you surprise someone here with an onside kick, or is it too early?
I think it's too early, but let's see. Schulte. Nope, he kicks it away this time, Mike, but he does try to kind of kick it in that gap in the hole, and the receiver, Damon Smith, falls down. Boy, what a dangerous situation for Charlie Weatherby's club right there.
Damon Smith, number 5, was able to handle the football, but you're right. That was that could have been a big break for Ball State. David Letterman's school.
Understand that they have a scholarship in his name at Ball State, but it's not for students that are A students. It's for middle-of-the-road students, for C students.
I wonder if that means that Mr. Letterman was a C student.
I don't know, but the guy that won probably had the 10 best reasons why he should go to Ball State, huh? Here's the running play to Greer. Flag comes down, has 5, has 10, breaks it open, checking its dive. Foot race at the 50, tries to reverse it, and I think this one is going to come back, though, Mike.
Without a doubt, I think they're going to get a holding call.
Yep, that's going to be the call. Boy, but Dye comes in the game, a fresh set of legs there, and he takes off like a flash in the night.
Jermaine Daniels, number 45, is again giving the hold sign, so maybe he got through to the official on this one. Charlie Weatherby has just given an earful, and that has to be probably a Mid-American official. They're not all at once. See, Charlie Weatherby, they're working on him. He's yelling at him, and the assistant's patting him on the arm. So you got a guy giving him heck.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down. We'll play 1 untimed down.
So the clock ran out, and you can't end the quarter on that throw. I mean, on that throwing of the flag. That's a Big West official who made the call, Michael. Rich Colin.
There's Jermaine Daniels. I think Jermaine's worked on that call a little bit, too, because he's complained about the holdings. He may have helped himself get that one.
Dye is the setback again. No time left on the clock in the 3rd quarter. And a pass. Oh, my goodness, what a hit. Aubrey Thompson was vulnerable on that one, and Davis came up and really, no, it's Goldwire, came up and really blasted him.
Jacob Goldwire was going for the jackpot there on that play. Well, he had him stretched out. You're right, Aubrey Thompson is stretched out, and here comes Jacob.
So let's take a timeout. We have 15 minutes left in this second Las Vegas Bowl.
Panasonic presents a unique and highly evolved Smooth Operator. The new Smooth Operator 2 with float control is the only razor to unite the comfort of twin independent floating heads with the closeness of a warm, wet shave. Don't try this with any plugged-in razor. The new Smooth Operator wet-dry razors from Panasonic. Smoother than you ever thought you would be.
For hundreds more affordable gift ideas, watch for our holiday circular.
Recently, at a big building, some of the country's biggest bureaucrats gathered together to resolve a big issue. Will the big chunks on new Pizza Hut Chunky-style pizza mean big taste?
I predict it will taste the same.
I predict it will taste better.
I think we should just eat it.
Excellent idea.
Big chunks do mean big taste.
New Chunky-style pizza from Pizza Hut. An idea so big,
Really big.
even a bureaucrat can see it.
Marvel Comics X-Men video packs are at Pizza Hut just for the holidays, so hurry and get your claws on them.
Where in the world would you go if there were no Las Vegas? For this, you'd have to go to Rome. For Superstar Entertainment, New York. World-class dining, halfway around the world. And you couldn't go anywhere for this. Only in Las Vegas.
Driver, do you have any Bud Light in your vehicle?
Yes.
And I am Mr. Gally Weekich.
You mean Dr. Galactowicz?
Yes, I am. This is so cool.
First time in a limo? Doctor?
In a limo this small.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
The cheerleaders from Ball State, Muncie, Indiana, traveled a distance to get here to Las Vegas, trying to get their team going. They are down 35-17 as we open this final quarter. James Dye is the setback. He gets the handoff, and you can see again, as soon as he gets the handoff, Daniels is right there. Also got some help from Kevin Johnson. Daniels has played an outstanding game defensively for this Ball State football team.
Well, Jerry Faust is up here in the press box. And when we were talking here, the Akron coach, he was talking about the last play when Jacob Goldwire did not play the ball. And he's right. If he'd have played the ball, may have had an interception.
He may have had a touchdown instead of going for the big hit. We looked at it a couple of times during the quarter break, and that ball was sure, after being tipped, it was there for grabs. Third down and many. They tried to set the middle screen. It was not there. He'll scramble to the sideline and finally gets out of bounds up around the 23-yard line. Walker ran him out.
That was a big play there for Utah State because the extra yardage he was able to get is a field position yardage that you don't measure into the play. And that was a big play by the quarterback, Anthony Calvillo. Gives the punter a little bit more room and should turn into fairly decent field position for Utah State.
Micah Noor, left footer, and he will punt it standing back at his own 10-yard line. So Ball State stands to get decent field position out of this. And they've got the return on. Line drive kick, and it bounces away from Gorman. He can't do much with it. And let's go down and check in once again with Charlene.
Ron, the positive vibes are strong here on the Ball State sideline. Earl Campbell, the running back coach, was running around telling the guys, have fun, let's have fun, it's time now. And offensive line coach was giving them some serious advice. He told them we can't allow penetration, said watch the clock and use the sidelines. And then running back Chris Femster added, we're just 2 touchdowns away.
Okay, and when you're speaking of just 2 touchdowns away, that means that you do have increased confidence. Tried to set up the middle screen. They faked it anyway. Going to go long to Oliver, and incomplete at the 22. Scow, one of the men on the cover.
Travis Scow again with another big play in the secondary.
Mike, that's well coached on the part of Utah State. They tried to make him think they were going to look for that middle screen, and they still had him doubled on the outside all the way. Second and 10, shovel pass. And Mayola is right there. Blair will only pick up a couple of yards, and now here's a very large play for Ball State to keep any kind of momentum going without having to give the football right back to Utah State, because they got a 3rd down and they need to take it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Yeah.
Defensively, the secondary for Utah State is backed off the ball in one instance, 19 yards. Going to go on top. Has a man, overthrows Juan Gorman. Oh, did he have it?
Looked like a busted coverage by Utah State, too. Donald Toomer, number 22, looked like he felt like he was going to get help from the safety, Michael Cole, but Michael Cole was not over the top. Donald Toomer, number 22, working against Juan Gorman. He's looking for help from that backside. He gives away the post. He's beaten.
Yep.
Ball just overthrown.
Maynard with the punt. Dive. And the ball goes away from him. And it's going to go inside the 10-yard line. That's a punt of 51 yards. So let's take a break. 35-17, Utah State.
This Christmas, give something that will make them ho, ho, ho all year long. Give the new shower massage by Teledyne Water Treatment.
Some people get nasal congestion, but if you get sinus congestion, use a sinus spray like Sinex. Only Sinex has a decongestant plus Vicks Vapors, so you can feel your swollen passages open up. For sinus, think Sinex.
A family computer should grow with your family. That's why this Macintosh makes it easy to add all sorts of things, which you can also add to this ordinary PC. This is how a Macintosh grows. This is how an ordinary PC grows. Now, which computer is growing on you?
Where in the world would you go if there were no Las Vegas? How would you afford this much fun? Or dine with so many choices? And entertainment this exciting just wouldn't be available anywhere at any price. The world's best vacation value, only in Las Vegas.
ESPN's exclusive coverage of Las Vegas Bowl 2 is presented by Las Vegas. Where in the world can you find so much excitement, entertainment, and value? Only in Las Vegas. And in part by Apple Macintosh. It does more, it costs less. And Duracell batteries. No other battery lasts longer. 12:56 left in our ball game. This second Las Vegas Bowl. Ball State down by 18 points, but they have just had a punt of 51 yards. And Utah State inside their own 10. Let's see if Ball State can profit from the special teams move. Play action, the pass hits the lineman in the back of the head, and that's the reason the marker comes down. DeVries couldn't get out of the way as his quarterback was just trying to save his own life in the end zone.
Well, good pressure by Jack Hayworth, number 57. Never gave Anthony Calvillo a chance to throw this football.
The pass cuts an ineligible receiver. Half the distance to the goal line, lost it down, second down.
So second down, and that is the toughest thing about that, Mike.
Jack Hayworth makes the play. You see the pressure? Never gave Anthony Calvillo a chance to complete that ball. Matter of fact, he had him up in the air. And the ball illegally touches Jed DeVries, number 75, which is a penalty.
He was lucky just to get that one away. Greer back in the ball game at tailback. Straight drop into the end zone under pressure, just throws it nowhere. And now here comes a flag.
Safety.
That is a safety because of illegal grounding in the end zone.
Again, pressure by Brian Deedy, number 47, and Derek Walker, number 79. But I think Utah State's arguing that there was a receiver over there, which I did see a receiver coming in that direction. Here's the pressure, and he backs up and throws the football. There's the twist stunt by Miami. By Ball State, rather. Good pressure. Now, here's the ball thrown, Ron, but there's going to be a receiver come in late. You see number 3 for Phil Greer. Charlie Weatherby doesn't like that call either.
Scholl has momentum, taking another step back in the direction of Ball State. 35-19, and of course, now comes the free kick from the 20-yard line. Ball State will get the football back and should get it in very decent field position.
Paul Shadell is telling his quarterback, Mike New, we still have time. Be patient. We still work this ball game, win this ball game. I think you have to credit Paul Shadell and his coaching staff. They've kept this ball club in this football game. Never allowed them to really get out of the game, even though they were dominated in the first half.
Mike Nord, what we've seen him do all night is the pooch kick. I would be really surprised if he pooched this one from the 20-yard line. Of course, Mike, he can punt as well, and I don't see the tee. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to punt it.
Try to get some height on the football so to give his kickoff team a time to get down and cover it.
There's his kick. They want to get it to Gorman, but it does not go there. 45-yard line to Hunt, and he'll be tackled at the 47. Ron Franklin, along with Mike Gottfried and Charlene Hawks, our third member on this telecast tonight. And we hope you're enjoying this second Las Vegas Bowl. 35-19 our score, Utah State. And we have 12:41 left in the ball game.
And their own 47-yard line versus
Good look right there at Mike New, the big senior out of Indianapolis. Named as the outstanding player, the most valuable player in his league.
Ron, right there is Brian Oliver. He's the player again. When they've had success, they found Brian Oliver with the football.
Swings it out, Jason King, and he will be hit from behind. Moella comes over to make the hit. Also 51, Jermaine Younger, with a very quick reaction to the play, and it'll go for no gain.
Jermaine Younger is going to head out right after this ball game for the blue-gray game. Charlie Fats Jones, who runs the game down in Montgomery, Alabama, has 3 players from Utah State that's going to play in that football game. Jermaine Younger heading that group.
6 feet, 245. Blair back into tailback. He's blocking this time, and New going to scramble. He'll take it across midfield. 1 flag, and now 2 at the line of scrimmage as Taplin comes over to finish him off.
Another Utah State fans responding, and I believe it's a holding call. And if it's a spot foul, Ron, it's really going to cost Ball State because they're back. It's flags back at the 40-yard line.
What it is?
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Well, they're going way back here.
Mike, that winds up being actually a 17-yard penalty when you take it from the spot. That's huge.
See the penalty yardage tonight. That's only Ball State's 3rd penalty. 12 by Utah State for 121 yards, and they've had their share of personal foul calls tonight.
Yeah, they've had 4 personal fouls in this ball game. From the shotgun, New steps up, caught by the ankle, tried to throw it, it's intercepted. Touchdown, Utah State. And Toomer just stepped right in front and took it away.
Mike New, the quarterback. Really nothing open. Scott Moala, number 99, starts to sack him, and he makes a bad decision going down to throw the football to try to get it to Mike Blair, and Donald Toomer, Johnny on the spot.
Extra point attempt is good. 33 yards on the interception return. 42-19, Utah State.
So this is a fireman's holiday, huh?
Oh, yeah. Family vacation.
Okay. And you say use Duracell batteries in your flashlight at the firehouse?
Oh, yeah.
Cop it up.
Kind of depend on that, like you depend on your buddies at work. And the battery's always there when I need it, whether I'm crawling through a hallway of a burning building, looking for kids, or whether I'm playing with my own kids right here in the woods.
Ever figure out why Duracell batteries last so long?
You take energy from little kids and I put it into their batteries.
Duracell. No other battery lasts longer.
Batteries that don't take a nap.
Where in the world would you go if there were no Las Vegas? For this, you'd have to go to Rome. For superstar entertainment, New York. World-class dining, halfway around the world. And you couldn't go anywhere for this. Only in Las Vegas.
Who's on the clock? Really? Come on, let's go. Come on, hurry.
Even on the doggiest of mornings, the brisk, bold-scented Coast opens your eyes. And Coast's invigorating lather makes your whole body glad to be out of bed.
Come on, slow down.
How many miles are we walking today?
It's your idea to wake her up.
Coast, the eye-opener.
Las Vegas Bowl number 2. Ball State all of a sudden in a hole 42-19 on the intercepted pass. And you get a good look right there at the young fella who made the interception, Toomer, and took it 33 yards for the score. This time will take a 6-step approach at the football, and there's no pooch kick this time. Kicks it straight away. Gorman. And he'll be stopped at the 30.
Here's what Mike New was looking at before the play. You see the coverage now. Once the ball is snapped, there's going to be a 4 under. Here's the robber safety in the middle, and then 2 deep back here. And that's what he was looking at. That's why he couldn't throw the football. The good zone coverage by Utah State. Then he decides to try to throw it late. And number 22, Donald Toomer, stepped in front of Mike Blair for the interception. And that could be all she wrote tonight.
Who's Barry Thompson's backup?
So New walks on the sideline, and the ball, the passes he has thrown in his fine career at Ball State, boy, that's one that he'd just give anything in the world to have back. He was headed down, but still trying to get away. And the thing that surprised me a little bit is that Blair couldn't feel that defensive back coming out of him. He did not pick him up in his periphery and didn't move forward toward him. 5-yard penalty will push the kickoff back to the 30-yard line, and Norm will kick it off again.
You know, earlier in the broadcast, Charlene was talking to the head of the Vegas Bowl, and he talked about, do you have bigger aspirations? Believe me, I think it's a great bowl for 2 deserving conferences. And I'll tell you, Ron, we've had 2 good games, good exciting games. Last year's game, of course, a lot better football game. But I hope they stay with these 2 conferences, and I hope they continue this bowl tie-up.
I do, too. That's Gorman from the 27. Breaks it at the 40. Still high stepping it, and he goes down at the 46.
Because I still believe, we've argued Bowl Coalition all along, but I still believe every conference should have an opportunity to go to a bowl game. Bo Schembecker talked the other day at the banquet about when he was a senior going to the Salad Bowl out in Phoenix, which eventually became the Fiesta Bowl. So, I mean, you really, as a football team, you look forward to this opportunity, and Ball State players and Utah State players will never forget their experience here tonight.
Well, count them across the country. How many conference winners do you have in Division I? There are not that many, Mike.
No, and they really should be a spot for everybody.
Draw play. This is Nibbs, and he will go absolutely nowhere. And this has happened to Ball State many times tonight on first down. They have played with second down and long situations, which has not helped their overall offensive situation.
Well, I think this game's been decided tonight at the line of scrimmage. The offensive line for Utah State controlled it, and the defensive line for Utah State's controlled the line of scrimmage.
New, under pressure, gets it complete to Blair. Blair at the 35 and steps out of bounds close to the 30-yard line. Coe finally knocked him out of bounds.
That's the same exact play, only different alignment of what he tried to do the last play, but he was able to get it to Mike Blair this time. Mike New under pressure again from Daniel Taplin, number 96. Almost going down, almost the same scene, Ron, but he was able to complete this one to Mike Blair.
So Ball State comes right back. They have it inside the 30-yard line. Blitz up the middle. New gets away for the moment.
He's got a guy wide open down the middle. Didn't see him.
Goes in and knocked away Oliver. Oliver was trying to ad-lib for him and had moved toward the goal line, and Damon Smith with the cover.
Jermaine Younger was the pressure. He was blitzing. Put pressure on Mike New, number 51, Jermaine Younger. There's the pressure which forces Mike New out of the pocket. There's a couple receivers open down the field. Mike New's going to try to find number 17, Brian Oliver. Damon Smith, number 5, is able to recover in time to get his hand just in the face of Brian
exactly right.
Oliver and to cause the incompletion.
Just enough to distract him.
Statue of Liberty.
Jason Kent on the sideline has a blocker in front, pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line by Damon Smith.
Paul Shadell pulling all the tricks out.
The ball carrier. 26 yards in the play, and it is first and goal for Ball.
Good call by Kit Cartwright, the offensive coordinator who was on Earl Bruce's staff out of Colorado State. The old statue. Jason Kent, number 41. Looks like Clark Kent coming down the sideline.
So the ball resting just inside the 3-yard line. Pitch goes to Nibbs at the 2-1 touchdown, Ball State.
Got a good block from Carlos Davis, number 93, the big defensive tackle. Taking that 280 pounds with him. Carlos Davis, at least 280 when you look at him. Block on the outside on Tyrone Trimble, number 18, springs in for the score.
And you can see as he comes to the sideline, he's limping. And they will go for 2. To try to make it a 42-27 ball game, bringing it to 15 points. And now a timeout called by Ball State. And we'll stay right here. New comes over and talks to his coaching staff on the sideline. Here's another look at it.
Carlos Davis again, 93 with a hit on Tyrone Trimble. Tony Nibbs in for the score. .10 minutes and 14 seconds left in this ball game.
42-25, and what we have to decide on right now is what the two-point conversion will be. 5 plays, 54 yards, 1 minute 13 seconds off the clock, and that's the kind of drive that Ball State's going to have to put together if they stay in it.
Charlie Weatherby on the other sideline has to be thinking about a possible onside kick. Paul Shadell has to figure out now whether he wants to try to make the onside kick situation develop.
And Ball State has asked for the ball to go down on the left hash mark. Good look at Younger as he lines up in the middle of that defense. New with the pass and got it complete. Did he get in? Yes. Brian Oliver caught the ball and then had to change his body direction. And you can see New was right over there, the first one to give him a hug. So we got a 15-point ball game.
There's a lot of time, 10-15 on the clock. Ball State still has 2 timeouts. Utah State has their full complement of 3. Brian Oliver really with a nice catch, and you're right, he really has to make some kind of maneuver to get that ball across the line. Used his left hand to try to get in the end zone. Mike New with a well-thrown pass. Leads him just enough. He was able to keep his balance. Ball came loose, but it hit the ground.
Well, you're right. The Scow had very good position on the intended receiver, Oliver. He had to loft it just enough, but he also had to get some zing on the ball. He did both. Charlene, let's go down to you.
Ron, before that last Ball State drive that was so effective, Utah State almost had a split personality team. You'd think when they're up 42-19, they could start celebrating. A lot of teams would do that. Well, half the team was wanting to celebrate, and they were relaxed. The other team was very, very focused. In fact, classic example, Profel Greer was down the sideline dancing away, and one of the linemen went up to him and said, "You stay in this game, man." And he was very serious, and that stopped the dancing right there.
Well, that's for sure. 15-point game. And look at this. You're going to pooch the kick away from the lone deep back. It'll hit at the 16, touched by Utah State, and they're going to scrimmage deep in their own territory. I'll tell you, Schulte is very good at kicking the ball into the open, vacated area. Mike?
Well, he did a nice job there. James Dye just couldn't handle the football. You see Tony Nibbs, scoring drive, 5 plays, 54 yards. Tony Nibbs in for the score. Paul Shadell just keeps on coaching. Keeping his football team still alive with 10-14 the clock.
To take it right up the middle. There is nothing there. Kruger, one of the first men to get there and make the hit. Number 85. And then a lot of help from inside as well. Daniels and Johnson and Wodelko. And with that, it's going to be a 2nd and long situation.
Well, remember this, Utah State got to this game throwing the football. They're not going to quit throwing now. They have to throw the football. That's their game.
Short drop this time. The ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, and I think Jermaine Daniels is the man who got a hand up.
He has had a great football game for Ball State. He's played well against the run, rushed the passer, deflected the ball. They've dropped him in coverage. He has really played well here tonight out of Dayton, Ohio.
So it is now 3rd down. And for Ball State faithful, what they got to have right here is a stop, get the football back, and another short drive. But this Utah State team has done a huge job tonight of picking up 3rd and long. Let's see. Draw play, and Greer will take it to the 20. Now here comes a flag. Keith McKenzie. And the flag is against Ball State.
Paul Shadell's hoping it's only a 5-yard face mask.
5-yard face mask against the defense. 5 yards, repeat 3rd down.
Rafael Greer, number 3, as he breaks through on the draw. Just barely got a little piece of that face mask. It looked like maybe Kevin Johnson, number 46. Quarterback sneak the last 2 times they had a short yardage situation. Let's see if they go back to the sneak.
He's going to throw the ball, and Lee drops it. Now, for the life of me,
I'll tell you exactly why he did it. He can check off any time he looks out and sees a receiver that's uncovered. He can check off, make the throw. Now, Charlie Weatherby was hoping that maybe he'd run whatever play they had, but he was wide open. Mike Lee holds on to the football. You got first down. It's the uncovered receiver rule.
But you know what, Mike?
See, there's nobody on him.
I understand that.
Nobody on the receiver, and that's the rule. That's a pitch and catch right there. That's a first down. It's a good play. Just drop the football.
But he also stopped the clock for Ball State, so it is...
Well, you come down to execution. You got to execute. They dropped the football. Made a mistake.
Roman lets that thing roll, and as you see, makes a huge mistake. As it now goes dead inside the 25-yard line, that is a 50-yard kick. 8:51 left in the ballgame. We'll be right back.
There's only one place to bring your Christmas list, Al's Sporting Goods, where we have something for everyone's stocking. All Sorrel winter boots now 20% off. Westlaw Crosswalk $5.89 with free delivery in Cache Valley. Spalding Top Flight 1000 basketball just $34.99.
If you were thunderstruck by last year's Aggie gymnastics team, wait until you see what's in store for '94. We're going to be burning down the house. Now's the time to buy your season tickets for the hottest action you've ever seen. Aggie Gymnastics. The Smith Spectrum is going to be hot this winter, so don't miss it.
Brace yourself for the onslaught of 1,000 pounds of flesh. Curl up in a fetal position and repeat the word mama, or you could watch.
From the island of Maui, college basketball Hawaiian style. The Maui Invitational starts Tuesday only on ESPN. Aloha!
Paul Shadell, the head coach of Ball State. And I know that there's some anxious people back in Muncie. Football team is down 42-27, but let's see if they can turn the Utah State mistake into points. New dumps it over the middle. There's Blair. And Blair will take it almost to the 35-yard line as Gill is there to stop him. And Mike, last year, our final score was 35-34, 69 points. And tonight, 27-42, we have 69 points that have been scored. So the first 2 Las Vegas Bowls have been just what you talked about a while ago. We've had a lot of fireworks.
A lot of points, and Dick Bumpus, the defensive coordinator for Utah State, is looking for his defense to take charge at this point in the ball game.
Second and short. New throws it. Did he catch it? Yes. Actually, Blair thought he was having the pass thrown to him, and Freeman made the reception at the 40. And New, as you can see, shaken up on the play.
Ron, on that third down play, we talked about whether there's a quarterback sneak on or not. There's an uncovered rule in college football for a lot of teams. When the quarterback looks out there and sees that there's not a defender within range of that receiver, he just raises up and throws the football. And if it's executed right, he should have had the football. Mike Lee should have caught that, and he should have had the first down. He just dropped the football.
First and 10, Ball State, and now New comes toward the sideline. And Baldwin on the sideline is beginning to warm up, the sophomore from Osceola, Indiana. Let's take a look at exactly what happened.
Scott Mola looked like grabbed his ankle. Maybe his ankle caught the turf, Ron. Brett Ballman is the backup, and Paul Shadell told me before the ball game, and all the Mid-American coaches would like to know this. They have a 6'8" quarterback on campus that's a real good prospect. They may have a 6'8" quarterback against you next year, Coach Faust. Shaking his head over here.
I don't mean this toward Mayola, who just made the tackle, but one thing I'd love to see the rules committee do, when a tackle is made, you cannot lift, raise, sideways, raise it, or anything with an ankle.
Let go.
Because hips, knees, back, anything can be injured at that juncture. It's a very dangerous situation.
Well, it's the play for the backup quarterback now. Brent Baldwin may start him off with a draw, but I doubt it. You know, only 7:41. You got to pump it up.
Well, they keep it safe as Nibbs goes up the middle, and he'll take it for a gain of almost 8. Taplin comes over to make the stop on him.
You always like to start him with a draw. Now you can get the other quarterback back in the ball game now. And Brent Baldwin did what we needed him to do, Paul Shadell's saying. Don't like to bring a quarterback off the bench. He's cold. He's been standing there the whole ball game, and let him open up with a throw. But with only 7:08, clock's moving.
Mike New in the first half, 4 of 9, 11 yards. In the second half, 11 of 19, 1 touchdown, 139 yards. Puts that one on the money. Oliver will have it at the 43. And that will be first down for Ball State, and it also stops the clock with 6:57 left to play.
Ball State still with 2 timeouts, Ron, so they're still very much alive in this game. A lot of time, 6:57 on the clock. Try to keep the ball on the outside, the out routes, to be able to get the receivers out of bounds.
There's a short pass, and Blair gets ripped by Younger.
I'm impressed with Jermaine Younger tonight. He is a really fine linebacker. Moves around well, 6 foot, 245 pounds. Look at his eyes. I mean, he's looking in the backfield. Now he's looking up Mike Blair, the running back out of the backfield. He just really read that play well and made a good tackle on Mike Blair.
That's about as nice as you can do it.
Comes a blitz.
New goes up top. He's got a man there at the 20. Oliver inside the 5, first and goal, caught by Damon Smith.
Really what made that play, now that was a blitz by Utah State. Michael Cole, number 21, a defensive back on the blitz, but Brian Oliver never quit on the route. What we watched him do a little while ago where he ran an out route and then an up route, he kept running his route and was wide open. You're going to see Mike New throw the ball. Oliver never quit against Damon Smith, number 5, and takes the ball to the 2-yard line, 1.5-yard line here.
Come on, Los, baby, get this dog. Come on now.
4 catches, 112 yards for Oliver. Straight ahead, the handoff, and there's nothing there for Davis. They tried to cross him up. Davis has been the blocking back for them, Mike. And this time he tried to give it to him, and Dave Ball stepped up into the hole.
Last time they were down here, they ran the toss sweep to the left and used Carlos Davis as a blocker and walked into the end zone with Tony Nibbs, number 33. Tony Nibbs is coming back into the ball game. Do they go back to the same play? Toss the ball to the left. Here's what they did last time. Fullback led, toss sweep to the left side. Let's see if they come back with it. Same action, motion. Nope, let's throw the football.
New throws it back against the grain, incomplete. He wanted Freeman. Moella is the man who got out there and made the outstanding defensive play.
Big call for Kit Cartwright, the offensive coordinator now. 5:11 on the clock. Play action pass, figuring that they might be able to cross them up with the run fake, but Scott Moella, number 99, was able to drop off and knock the ball away from Ted Freeman.
5:11 left in the ball game, 42-27. Fakes it to Blair, rolls the pocket, drills it, touchdown as a flag comes down to Brian Oliver.
They may call offensive interference on this play. Brian Oliver may have pushed off against Damon Smith.
Holding Nope. Defense, touchdown, Ball State. Now, Mike, do you go for 2 here at this juncture rather than waiting?
I think you go for 2 right now. You go for 2 and try to take it now to a 7-point ball game, and then you're going to use the onside kick.
Middle, 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 middle.
So you hear they're calling. They put it on the left hash mark, but the coaching staff, for the play that they've called, they want the ball in the middle of the field.
Watch Juan. Middle of the field. Middle.
That's what he's screaming. He wants the ball moved over a little.
Which would make you think that he's going to try to throw something back to the left.
It sure would. Utah State shows blitz. Here they come. Puts it up. Fade route. Whoa, contact, and there is no flag.
Now you've got to use the onside kick route with 9-point lead. If they would have made that 2-point play, I'm not so sure they would have used the onside kick. They may have kicked the ball down the field and tried to play defense, but now the onside kick is a definite. Brian Oliver, number 17, just trying to throw the fade because he's 6'3". Trying to use his height against 6'1" Donald Toomer.
Toomer with a nice job of coverage. It looked as though there might have been incidental contact, but there was none. He was playing a man with no contact.
Why he wanted the ball in the middle of the field? Because he wanted to be able to use the fade both ways, both sides of the field. When you put it on the hash, you only really have one side to throw the fade. Now the All-State team's coming on the field for Utah State. Good hands, people here. What were we going to say, Ron?
I was going to say the way New came over and talked to his head coach, it's almost as if to say he was asking him why they didn't put it in the middle of the field, and he patted his chest. It was almost like he was saying it was my call.
Yeah,
that's where I want.
Well, you know, when you've got a 5th-year quarterback and you've been together so long, you think like each other. Sometimes, you know, you're on the right wavelength, but they had a mess up there. But now if they can execute the onside kick, they'll be back on offense.
Ward set to kick off.
Here's the kick, and it's going to be caught. Damon Smith, now he did not signal for a fair catch. Then goes down on one knee at the 37.
Tried to just bump it over the second line for the onside kick. Just got too much height on the football. Damon Smith wisely just caught the ball and tried to run some clock.
So here's the situation. 5:04 left to play in the second Las Vegas Bowl. Our score is Utah State 42 and Ball State 33.
What an effort by Ball State coming from behind here. They're going to be really proud of their football team for the effort they've given. They were down and not out.
Greer with the handoff. Tries to cut it back against the grain. Well, Delco is the man who comes up to make the stick on him. And if you have not seen the entire telecast, the entire ball game this evening, here's the storyline. Ball State 0 of 8 on third down conversions. Oliver in the second half, 115 yards in receptions and a touchdown. And for Utah State, 4 TD drives of 10-plus plays. And Greer, 115 yards rushing, and he has 2 touchdowns.
Ball State's going to have to use the timeouts, Ron. There's only 4:32 on the clock. You can't save the 2.
The counter play again, hit from behind, and what a nice job by middle linebacker Kevin Johnson to run it down. Because you got to understand, as it looks as though that they have a player shaken up, that Greer is so explosive and quick. But Johnson caught him from behind, and now we've been told it's Johnson who is injured on the play.
Excellent job of pursuit by Kevin Johnson, number 46. Read the counter from the snap of the ball, was able to get penetration and make the tackle.
Well, for Johnson tonight, his individual performance, 7 tackles, and he has 1 interception in this ball game tonight. Certainly, he has been an all-star candidate. Well, this is what is on tap for tomorrow. If you enjoy hoops, we got 4 of them for you. We started off number 6 Kansas at Georgia, 5 o'clock Eastern time. Then number 24 Vanderbilt at number 14 Georgia Tech, followed by LSU at UCLA 25 against number 9. And we finish it up at midnight Eastern time, number 13 Arizona against Santa Clara, all tomorrow, right here on ESPN.
Ron, Utah State's last 3 drives have ended up in 2 punts and a safety, so Ball State is Tim Burke, the defensive coordinator, has called all the right signals in the last 3 drives against this Utah State offense.
Coming up next, following our ball game, Sports Center. Knicks and the Bulls. Also, that devastating injury to Doc Rivers and Barry Foster out for the year. Tough news for the Steelers, and they've got the Oilers coming up this week. That's a must for both in that Central Division of the AFC. Clock is whistled back in. 4:05 and now 4:04. Huge down for Utah State. Going to want to give the football back again, although the clock is running down. Pass is complete to Lee, and he'll take it to the 45-yard line. Graham on the tackle.
They do what they do best. Throw the football on 3rd down, even though they're trying to kill the clock. A good pass by Anthony Calvillo for the 1st down.
Mike, the thing that's been so devastating to the Ball State defense is how many times in this game has Utah State converted 3rd down with 10 yards or better?
But we just saw the graphic where Ball State was 0 for 8. Utah State has had some success on 3rd down.
Greer breaks a tackle, breaks another at the 25, and finally is knocked out of bounds at the 20 by Darryl Graham. And now here comes a late flag. Personal foul called. Here it is again.
Little counter play for Phil Greer. Again, look at the missed tackles against him. Just a fine job around the football. And there's the late hit out of bounds.
Aaron Graylick is the man they called it on, the sophomore from Findlay, Ohio.
Looked like he led with the elbow, and that's probably the call.
Grant Gray will check into the lineup. Marcellus Davis will come out of the secondary for Ball State. 1st down just outside the 10. Handoff goes to Greer. He will fight his way for 3. Hayworth holding on for dear life. I'll tell you, we talked about, Mike, the comeback as far as Ball State is concerned. This Utah State football team has had the wherewithal every time they needed it. And this young man at quarterback, Calvillo, has been the guy who has keyed it every time.
He's been the difference tonight in this ball game for Utah State. He's kept drives moving. Rafael Greer with an outstanding ball game, also 32 carries tonight for the lone running back.
James Dye has come in replacing him, number 6. Here he goes with the counter. Tries to turn the corner, caught from behind by Kevin Johnson, and he stopped at the 3. And it is going to be 3rd down. 2:18 left of the ball game. And a timeout is called. We're going to take it with them. 42-33, Utah State.
Savan 100% cotton pants. The only pants in the world made with Process 2000. A special washed-in, no-wrinkle process that never washes out. So your pants never wrinkle, no matter how many times you wash them, no matter how you wear them. Wash them, dry them, wear them. Savan, the original no-wrinkle pants.
Now the forces of nature can move the hands of time with Seiko Kinetic Quartz. Seiko's unique motion-powered generator. Its precision quartz timekeeping technology that doesn't need a battery, doesn't need winding, just the natural force of nature produced by the everyday movement of you. Seiko Kinetic Quartz, the next movement in the future of time.
Man, when I get a cold, it's a killer cold. I'm not taking a 4-hour pill like Actifed. For Sudafed, it wears off too quick. I take Contact. Man, I'm out there all day. Need something that works 12 hours, and Contact works 12 hours. It relieves the congestion in your head. You know, your ruddy nose. The 4-hour medication, take it in the morning, get to work, it's gone. Take a Contact and it'll take you through the whole day.
One Contact gives you 12 hours of time-released relief.
No work, no pay.
Contact helps turn sick days into work days.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. Ron Franklin along with Mike Gottfried, and down on the sideline, Charlene Hawks. The ball just outside the 2.5-yard line. 3rd down. Rafael Greer has come back in a tailback. He gets the handoff, goes right side, and he's going to be belted down before he reaches the line of scrimmage. Kevin Johnson again.
Kevin was just injured, came back on the field and made the tackle, and Charlie Weatherby looks like he's going to send the field goal team in.
Everybody, bring everybody over, everybody!
You know, you can hear the Ball State coaching staff bring everybody over. He wants to talk to the defense just in case Utah State might be coming with a fake rather than kicking the football.
They have to sell out here for the block. It's their only hope.
Mike, I know that you share my feeling with this. I'd like to say a special thanks to Carl Benson, who is the commissioner of the MAC Conference, and also to Dennis Farrell, the commissioner of the Big West Conference, and all the people with the Las Vegas Bowl. This is 2 years in a row we've come out here, and it is fun from the time that you reach the state of Nevada until you leave. Football game and everything else as well.
This is a bowl game that someday we'll look back on at the birth of this bowl game and say, you know, it's going to be one of the better ones because the Las Vegas people know how to do it. And again, Ron, you're right about the two commissioners. Dennis Farrell and Carl Benson's just been very helpful at every turn. So both these leagues are moving in the right direction.
No question about that. So number 15, Nathan Morielli will attempt this field goal. The ball will be placed down at the 11-yard line. So we're going to say 21 yards on the attempt. Good pass, pressure coming up the middle, and he misses it. It hit the left upright.
That was the call by bringing his team over. Paul Shadell was